All right, 8th graders, today we're going to talk about mean, median, mode, and range. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. These are all measures of central tendency. So it is kind of showing you where the data tends to fall for a particular set. It tells you what is typical. So there will be a lot of writing today. Feel free to pause your video whenever you need to, okay? First of all, the mean is the average of the data or data. Now to find it, you have to find sum. The sum, remember, means we're going to add it all up of the data. And then you're going to divide sum by the number of values. So here is an example. So if your data set is 15, 7, 24, 13, and 21, those are just brackets on the outside. If that is your data set, first you have to find the sum. So you would add them up. 15, 7, 24. Now, it would be okay for you to stick this into a calculator. Totally fine. I want you to know the concept better, right? So that's 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 80. So now we have 80, and then divide by the sum by the number of values. So we have to count how many values we just added up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're taking 5 into 80. 5 goes into 8 once. 1 times 5 is 5. Bring down the 0. 5 times 6 is 30. So 16 times. So 16 would be the mean of that data set. Now, when we're looking at the median is the middle of the data. So, in order to do this, you have to arrange the data. So we're going to order from least to greatest. And then whatever is in the middle, so when you think of the median of the road is that thing that goes down the middle, that dotted line that keeps you from crossing over. Now, we have to find the middle number, but if there is an odd number of values, so here we had 5 values, so that would be an odd number of values. You choose the middle as the mode, as the median. And if you have an even number of values, you have to find the mean of the two middle, right? So if I use this data set for one of my examples and I put them in order from least to greatest, I would have 7, 13, 15, 21, and 24. So here I have an actual middle, right? However, if I were to have a data set that was very similar, but with one more data value, let's pick 26, then I have an even number. So I have 2 of them in the middle. As I come to the middle here, we have 2 of them in the middle. So I have to find the mean of those 2 numbers to find the median of this set. So I would say 15 and 21, right? I would add those up, 36, and then I would divide them by 2. 18. So it would be the middle of these two middle numbers. Okay, so very easy when we have an odd number of values. One more step in finding the mean when we have an even number of data values, okay, for the median. Now let's look at the mode. So the mode is the value or values, so let's write that, value or values that occurs most. So I want you to remember that a data set can have one mode, several modes, or no modes. Now it would have no modes when they all occur the same number of times. So if they all occur once, they would have no mode. If they all occurred 500 times, there would be no mode. But if there were some that occurred more or most, those that occurred most would be your mode. So if we're looking at 15, here's a data set for you to look at to find the mode. 7, 24, 13, 21, 18, 20. All right, what occurs the most here? Well, I don't see anything occurring more than once. So if everything occurs once, we would say no mode. Now, how about 5, 7, 8, 2, 5, 12, 5, 3, 8, 14. Now I noticed a couple things occurred more than once. The 8s occurred twice and the 5s occurred 3 times. So the one that occurs the most would be the mode. All right. Sound good? All right, let's look at one more just for fun. 16, 7, 4, 10, 7, 13, 9, 18, and 10. All right, there's only one 16. There's 2 7s. Ooh, there's 2 10s as well. So if those both occur the most, we can say the modes are 7 and 10. All right, the last one, guys, the range. So the range is going to be how spread apart. It tells us how spread out the data is. So you're going to take your highest data value minus your lowest value. So if I had that 15, 7, 24, 13, and 21, I would take my highest, so I'd take 24, minus my lowest, minus 7. So I have to borrow, 14 minus 7 is 7, bring down the 1. Okay, so your range here would be 17. So you're always just going to take your highest minus your lowest. That was a crazy bracket. 5, 7, 2, 5, 12, 3, 8, 14. All right, so the highest value, 14, minus the lowest value, 2, right? Now, if you had these in order already when you were finding, say, the median, it would probably help. And putting them in order also helps you see the mode better because it puts all of your numbers next to each other that are alike. So 12 would be your range here. All right, I know that was a lot of writing, but hopefully a lot of this was review and hopefully it was a good refresher. Remember, you're going to be practicing doing the mean, which is the average, the median, putting them in order and finding the middle number, the mode, which one occurred the most, and finding the range, the highest minus the lowest value. Have a wonderful Monday.